What up, guys? Welcome to yet another great episode here at Take It. Mazele, we have such an amazing show lined up for you guys. And it begins all the way from the genuine history of the Oppo Reno series. I mean, we've used each and every of the iteration of the Oppo Reno series from the Reno 4. They have been amazing. The Reno 4, the Reno 5, the 5F. We jumped in over to the Reno 6. We went to the Reno 7 4G. And now we have the Oppo Reno 8 5G. This is an amazing device, and I must say, from the Oppo Reno 6, when they introduced the boxy design, they moved away from the Reno 5, which had that amazing, fantastic color and the curves. They moved over to this Aurora design that we have in the Oppo Reno 6. We've been having that boxy design kind of feel, and it's been looking nice so far. I mean, you can look at the Reno 6, you can look at the Reno 7, and now we have the Oppo Reno 8. This in its amazing color. This is the black version, and there's another more lighter, more colorful version of this. But let me tell you, this is one device that you can't get enough when you look at it. It's an amazing device. And when you go over to the, there are many people, because of preference, they don't prefer the boxy design. But I personally find the boxy design much more easier to grasp, much more easier to hold. It just looks nice. Yani, hata kwa mkono na feel too, it does not feel like a cheap phone. It feels like, an expensive device. And I like the fact that, for a great mid-range device, it carries together that premium feel. I like how they've contoured, and this design is largely borrowed from the Oppo Find X5, this kind of slope that it has at the camera bump. There are people who don't like how these camera rings look out, like one of our guys here, Charles, but I personally like how those camera rings pop out. One of the things that they are here to say is that this device does not come to play in the camera department. But generally, when you just look at it, it is a fancy device. The back plate looks very nice. This amazing shimmer black looks nice. But as I said, if you want a more colorful version, you have, the shimmer gold, which looks pretty fantastic, if you ask me. Now, let's go over to the specs of this device, because it has quite a number of amazing specs that you can have to look at. It's a 6.4 inch display, and it's a full HD plus display, so you get to enjoy your amazing content on this display that refreshes all the way to 90 hertz. It has Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection, so for some of you guys who necessarily cannot use your phone without a screen protector, at least you get some protection with it. Personally, here at Take It, we don't use our phones with screen protectors, and they've worked for us so far. No scratches, no dents, because of that Gorilla Glass protection. When you go over to the internals of this device, it has your MediaTek Dimensity 1300 chipset, and we're going to talk about that because this is one of the things that makes this phone amazing. And it's what powers the 5G version of this phone. But other than that, it has your 256 GB of UFS 3.1 storage, quick, ultra fast storage. That's what you get with your UFS 3.1. It has your 8 GB of RAM, and bundled up with ColorOS 12, which is soon going to be upgraded to ColorOS 13 with Android 13. You get to enjoy RAM upgrade. You can go all the way up to plus 5 GB of RAM expansion to get now 13. But the 8 GB that you get on board makes this phone an amazing device. When you look at every Oppo Reno out there, one of the things that the Oppo Reno brand is known for is its camera department. And especially with this Oppo Reno 8 and those protruding, nice, large camera rings, they tell you that this camera is not out to play. It comes with the main 50 megapixel IMX766 Sony flagship sensor. So we are talking about great, amazing photos. And I'm going to talk about how that paired together with the MediaTek Dimensity 1300 gives you great, amazing photographs. But not only does it have your 50 megapixel main sensor, it has your 8 megapixel ultra wide, and it has your 2 megapixel macro, and it has your dual LED flash. At the front here, you have your 32 megapixel Sony IMX709. It's another flagship sensor, the 32 megapixel, to take your amazing selfies and your portrait selfies, you know, giving you great, amazing consistency when it comes to the camera department. So you have your 50 megapixel main, your 8 megapixel ultra wide, your 2 megapixel macro, and your dual LED flash. Now that's what you get in the camera department, but we're going to talk about how, when that coupled up with the amazing processor that they bundled together with the Oppo Reno 8 5G, gives you amazing photography and videography experience. Now, not only that, but this phone is bundled up with an amazing battery and charging. And for me, one of the things that Oppo always stand out for is their charging. Now, they have the same 80-watt Super VOOC charging brick. I mean, Joker said, unaweza tumia kama ile mawe ya David yenye iliangusha Goliath, because of how heavy that brick is. But that is able to give you from 0 to 100% in under 40 minutes. You're talking about super crazy, super fast charging. And you know, one of the things I also love about the guys over at Oppo is their battery optimization and their battery tech. So they have different stages of protection from the charging brick to the charging cable to the charging port, to ensure that even as you juice up pretty fast, you get to protect your battery. And especially with the Oppo Reno 8, where they introduced this ion technology that is able to protect your battery and give you longer battery life, such that you get to enjoy your Oppo Reno 8. So inside, you know, you have your 5000 milliampere battery that's backed up by an 80-watt Super VOOC charging brick. And this, you know, just gives you that amazing experience. And I said this is not the days where you charge your phone throughout the entire night, although, I mean, for those guys, you're still covered with some of the optimization that comes in with this phone. But other than that, this is a phone where, but when you wake up in the morning and you're getting ready to leave for your day, just juice it in, and by the time you're done, you should be ready to go. So we are talking about great specs overall, great cameras, a great processor, great battery life, and for me, a pretty amazing design. The aesthetics are amazing. But when you bundle up this together, you have one beautiful bundle of joy. That is your Oppo Reno 8. But now, let's take a quick deep dive into the camera department, because that's one of the things that, you know, the Oppo Reno brand is known for. It takes amazing photographs. And I can say this, the consistency of photos, especially when you bump in that 50 megapixel mode in the main camera, gives you clarity of pictures. They are so clear, they are so intense. You can see every dents of pixel, and that gives you that extra clarity when you want those bigger photos. But what that means also is when you're taking photos with the 50 megapixel mode, you're talking about higher MB of photographs, because I mean, you're capturing more detail. But on a normal day, if you don't turn on that 50 megapixel mode, it bins to 12 megapixel, which ideally are still amazing photographs. I love the portrait mode on this, the depth of field, the way it's able to and pick up that color, enhance it. And you know, with the optimization that comes with Color OS, which by the way has come a long way, it makes sure that you enjoy your camera experience. If you want to get to see more about how smartphone cameras work, just click in the link in the description or somewhere up in the cards, ndio ujue venye cameras you work. But hiyo combination ya hiyo sensor na hiyo processor iko ndani ya simu, that's what gives you amazing cameras. But not only is the processor good for cameras, it's also good for daily tasks. You know, you're able to run through all your tasks. You can open so many tabs at once and still get to enjoy productivity at the end of the day, because I mean, it's a mid-range phone that is priced and spec'd like an amazing, you know, a great phone that you get to enjoy its experience as you use it. So that MediaTek Dimensity 1300 is also what powers up the 5G. Ni 5G out the box, and you can get to enjoy that amazing 5G experience. Now, we know Safaricom has rolled out 5G, and we're going to do a video on 5G very soon. But when you go over to those 5G zones, you can be able to get 5G speeds and enjoy all that amazing goodness. So this is the Oppo Reno 8 5G, one amazing device. And you know, it's already on sale. You can go grab yourself a copy, either this shimmer black or the shimmer gold, and enjoy this amazing goodness. It's spec'd for $559,999, 60,000, and if you ask me, you know, that's like, it's actually even more cheaper than what the Oppo Reno 6 5G launched at, but you get to get an amazing phone all through. So is this phone worth it? Totally. I mean, it's amazing to look at, it's powerful to handle, it takes great amazing photographs, not only in the day, even in the night. It takes amazing videos. This is one phone that is well spec'd and does not come to play. So that's it. That's our review on the Oppo Reno 8 5G. Get to catch us and all the great amazing content that we're bringing together for you. That's a wrap from us guys here at Tech Ed Africa. Peace out.
I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, yeah, sure. They be like, how you go so hard and you ain't straight. First